What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Thomas, and today we are looking at Supreme Wheat 6, the full drop list. Let's get right into it. So it's been a pretty crazy week for Supreme news, pretty unrelated to the drop list. We'll get to that in a second, but first I did want to just mention the Tremaine Emory, Supreme's creative director, calling out Kanye West for being an insecure narcissist. So I'm sure all of you have seen Kanye wore a White Lives Matter shirt and it got people acting different and calling Kanye out for being Kanye West, being kind of absurd, the person that he's been for the past, 10 years really. And he always likes to stoke the fire with people, but, Tremaine Emory calls him out for Kanye suggesting that the LVMH company, like the conglomerate fashion brand that owns like Hennessy, Louis Vuitton, all these crazy brands, were somehow behind Virgil Abloh's death, even though Virgil died of cancer. I really don't understand what is going through Kanye's head, but he's obviously someone who has bipolar and other different types of mental illnesses, so I'll give him that respect and not really try to delve into his issues. And I don't want this video to be all about that, but I do want to address it because it is interesting and it involves the creative director of Supreme. So I thought I would just mention it. It's just a very touchy situation whenever you bring up the death of someone like that. And I know Kanye is in his own world, but I don't think he has the right. I mean, he has the right to say what he wants, but he really shouldn't be bringing that kind of thing up. And as for the White Lives Matter shirt, I think it was a pretty bad look overall. I don't think that's too controversial to say that that probably wasn't the best thing to do. And who knows why he did it, but that is where I will leave that. What is your guys' opinion on Kanye and Tremaine Emory calling him out for kind of bringing up Virgil's name in that manner? But we will get off that and go back to the drop list. Wow. So my overall opinions is this is probably the weakest week we've had in Supreme Fall Winter 2022. I know, a wild topic change, but we're gonna go with it. Coming out this week, we have some microfiber down pullovers and really a lot of expensive things. We do have the soccer jersey, which is always kind of a cult favorite from soccer fans and Supreme fans alike. I think it looks pretty good. Some decent colors. If you get the matching set, would be kind of interesting if you did pick up soccer, or you just wanted to wear it to support, general sports. It's kind of funny to have not a general team jersey, but just a Supreme jersey. I think that's kind of interesting. We do have some balaclavas coming out, which are kind of cool. $28. I think these are probably the best item to go for. Maybe the S hat if you like those. But in terms of flipping, guys, reselling, I don't even know anymore. Really haven't seen much success with this season. I think it's wait until Louis Vuitton. If you are going for Supreme to collect or resell, wait for Louis Vuitton, wait for some good accessories to maybe pick up, but I don't really see anything that crazy coming out this week that I have to have. Obviously, you don't have to have any of it. It's all luxury goods, but I know some people do enjoy the reselling to support their consumption of these hyped items. But, the Supreme Arches hoodie right there, kind of cool. I call it the Arches. It's a kind of an arc design with that kind of shadow behind the Supreme print right there. $168, a little steep on that. These collared shirts are just really not my style. I know the fur is definitely interesting. I talked about that in one of my videos. I think it might have been the worst items of the year. I really don't like the colors on it, but it does kind of remind me of, PETA protesters, people that are for animal rights. It is a faux fur jacket, of course. I don't think it's real. I believe it's faux. Let me check the title. Yep, faux fur bomber. So it's not real fur, cruelty free. So you can support, your animal rights and still wear a fur jacket, I guess, if that's a crossover that you somehow possess. Do have some leather overcoats, which is kind of interesting right there. That's definitely for a certain type of individual who wants to be very classy, very Manhattan, very downtown vibes on that. $500. Some really low-key pullovers right here. There's some quarter zips, kind of nice right there. Some rayon looking, collared shirts, but $150. I mean, it's not surprising. We all know Supreme is expensive, but I think these are kind of some good items too. With the pants, the ski pants right there are kind of cool. Supreme does make some pretty solid bottoms, and we do have some matching leather pants right there for the tops. Interesting that we don't have a red jacket, but we have the red pants. So I wonder if there's an unseen fourth color, or if they just said, nah, just the pants only. Rocking that Kaneda from Akira vibes right there, which I like. Some box logo hoodies, or not hoodies, hats with Ventil on the side. I think that's a brand. I'm not really too familiar with Ventil. Not familiar at all, really. And then these beanies are interesting. They have like contrast stitching on the seams. It almost looks like they're inside out. And we have some suede S-caps, or some like wool S-caps, and a $150 watercolor set, which it's like, damn, that's $160, like $170 after taxes and shipping. Man, really steep. I really don't see that many great items this week, guys. To be honest, it seems like a pretty mid-week, but that is the case with Supreme. Not every week is gonna be a banger. I was a little bit late on this video because, one, I did that Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion video yesterday talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Adidas collection. I'd say your money's better off going for that. Pick up the slides and try to flip the slides. If you want to sell something, $70 for a pair of slides. I said in the video that the sneakers were better, but in my opinion, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Adidas slides actually might even be the sleeper item this week. Get 2 of those, $140. Maybe try to sell them together for like $200. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not even talking about Supreme. So that goes to show what this week is looking like. Not too great. Of course, there's always at least one thing that I could say go for. I'd say maybe the balaclava, or if you're looking for some winter clothes, maybe the micro down pullover or ski pants. But pretty much all I have to talk about, guys. Are you comping anything from Supreme? What do you think about the Kanye West, Tremaine Emory situation? It seems like a whole mess. Sucks to see, Virgil's name being brought up like that. But unfortunately, that is the case with celebrities like Kanye West, who have many ideas about the world that might not coexist with the average person's interpretation of those things. So without further ado, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace and butt grease. I'm out. See ya.